I'm struck by you saying you don't really have a safe space outside of school, because that's true. I used to go to the mall with my friends, and I mean, I guess teenagers have always been kind of crazy to use your language, but it's really just like growing up.
Being
and
kids.
Right, exactly. So how does that make you feel when, the mall is like, you can't come in, you're not over 18?
It's so interesting. One of my friends, we're doing a group project in English, and we're like looking at conflicts around teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
And her conflict is like malls and stores and like places saying no children. And I think it's really confusing because I feel like taking away something doesn't stop it from happening. It just makes it more unsafe.
Right.
And so, like, not having kids be able to, like, be kids outside of school, I feel like it's going to do more harm than good.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't know how, because the malls may not have liked us, but that was our hangout. You know, that's such a part of teenage life. So I wonder why that is. We'll have to look into that. And when you said like, oh, you can go to clubs, I was thinking, what clubs is she talking about? But now I think I may misunderstand you. But what do you mean when you say you guys can go to clubs?
Like after school clubs,
yes.
honestly.
Yeah.
But like when I do go outside, I think it like depends on like who you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
Like when I'm like on my phone, it's like more like I don't really like know that person. It's just like I'm just gonna be on my phone talking to probably like my other friends from time to time. But if it's like one of like my best friends, it's just like, oh my god, we're gonna like talk for like a good hour or two.
Yeah.
Just walk around outside and just like I like live somewhere like where we call it's like called Broadway, and they have like all these like food stores and like Rainbow, Fluffies, McDonald's, all of that.
Yeah.
It's like amazing for us because I like live right next to it, and like we all do, and like we're just all hanging out and everything. I feel like that's like a perfect time for us to just like not be on social media.
Yeah.
It's like perfect.
I actually love that because I mean I kind of think that's what a lot of younger people miss out on. Because when I was younger, we were, like I said, there were no phones. When we were outside, we were with each other. And when I see a lot of young people together, a lot of times it is like the selfie generation, and like everybody's on, their phones all the time. So I think it's great that you guys are present and with each other. Okay, so when you're hanging out by Fluffies and McDonald's and all that, what are you guys talking about?
Okay, so usually it's like about boys, like my friends' relationships and everything.
Yeah.
And like I give them like my opinions and
Dish.
stuff like that.
What are some of the issues they're having with these boys?
It's like they're not like giving the same energy towards them. Like somebody loves the other person more than like the other guy.
It's
like
the epidemic of like nonchalantness.
Yeah,
exactly.
The epidemic of nonchalantness. I should say before we started, Umi has already told me that she could be the adult for the conversation, and you're doing an amazing job because I want to hear more about this epidemic of nonchalantness. So one person is typically into the other person a little more. Is it typically the guy or the girl, or it can be different?
It's the girl.
Yeah, usually.
And
she's more into the guy.
Yeah, and recently, like, they've been all over the place now. I think
mixed
they
signals.
broke up. Yep, mixed signals. It's been really bad. My other friends, it's like right now for like high school, it's more about like trust issues. Honestly, like with the cheating and everything.
Yeah.
And, it makes honestly me scared to be in a relationship with anybody because like it's like what's gonna happen if that happens to me? Like I'll be extremely hurt.
Of course. Well, you said that you give advice, so hypothetically, if I wanted some advice about these trust issues and being into one more than the other, what advice would you give me?
I would say talk it out with them because a lot of people like they keep that inside and it like just bottles up inside of them and they just, shut down completely. And I feel like that's like the only thing I tell them because like my friends usually don't talk it out with their like partners. So it's like, okay, just like relax. Calm down and just
Can
talk
I
it
add
out
on
with
to
them.
that?
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I feel like we as teenagers need to break the cycle of like not communicating because my friends, it's not even just my friends. I've noticed with a lot of people in my school, when they have an issue with somebody, they go to other people. And they go to other people and they say, oh, well, this is happening and I don't like it. And sometimes I'm that person and I go, well, I'm not them. So why are you telling me this? I feel like you need to go to them because now you're like, oh, I'm sending these signals and it's just you like not talking to them. And I'm like, well, is that really a signal? You need to like be straightforward with that.
Yeah.
You know?
Communicate.
That is actually happening to me right now.
Oh my God.
They're both my friends, and like he will tell me their situation, and like I hate that so much. It's just like, why are you telling me? You have like my friend is your girlfriend.
Like you have
and you're
her
telling
number.
me exactly, and like you see each other almost every day, and it's like you're telling me. So I usually like tell her what he tells me, so they could figure it out, and like. Sometimes, like, she actually would tell me, too, or, like, her other friend, and it's, like, I feel like that's, like, the only problem right now, because I feel like that, like, the trust issues, it's, like, really not there in this whole generation.
Yeah, because now you get caught in the middle, and you have to like, go to both sides and get the opinions, and then, like, all of that could have been avoided if they just went to each other instead.
Right. Well, why do you think the boys are not... Like, why is he communicating with you? Why do you think the boys are not communicating?
So,